What is good? What is good, fellas? Hope all is well with you guys today, man. Had a few technical difficulties earlier. Kev is coming on the show to do the interview about the cannabis industry and brothers getting involved in the cannabis industry. But he's running a little late. Also, man, it was a crazy like rain thunderstorm out here in Colombia today, man, and the lights were off for like an hour or so. And that's one of the big storms. This first one I've really been in since I've been out here. I just knew some trees were gonna come down because if you've been to Colombia, you know that it's trees everywhere. It's pretty much you in the middle of the rainforest in like a valley, but no trees came down from what I could see from the balcony. So that lets you know that they got some good soil out here, most definitely, to hold them trees down. But that was a hell of a storm. I recorded a little bit of it, fellas. Hell of a storm, man. I thought. It was going to be I thought it was maybe a hurricane or something, but it definitely rains hard in South America. So I appreciate you guys joining the show. What's going on, Fred Moore Jr.? What's happening with you? We're going to get started real soon, man. Kev just running a little bit late. So I went ahead and cranked up the live, let a couple of fellas come in the room, man. We're going to talk about that cannabis industry. Because as we know, of course, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, but it's a lot of red flags. But Kev has been studying with that. He's been consistent, and he just kept going forward with getting involved in the cannabis industry, man. So we're gonna come on. He's gonna come on here. He's gonna answer some questions. We're gonna ask him about all the red flags that we're hearing about. The application process and exactly what is he doing within the cannabis industry. Line that up a little bit. I guess the lights is gonna go. I got my glasses on today, fellas. I want to, we got a very intelligent brother on the platform, so I had to throw on the Clark Kents on him. Let's see what we got in the comment section. We're gonna let a few more brothers roll in the room, and hopefully Kev will be ready, and we can go ahead and get the flowing. My brother Charles Explores in the room. Let's see, Charles Jones. What's going on, Charles Jones? David said, "Yo, bro, pass me the spliff. You here for this?" So I got some good questions for Kev, man, because what's confusing about the cannabis industry with me is that it's still illegal federally. So it's very strange that they have that power. The feds have that power to come shut you down anytime they want. I don't understand why they won't just fix that part. If I'm not mistaken, and I think about 33 states, you can, open up a dispensary and grow your marijuana, but nationwide is still illegal. So I think that's why a lot of Black people are very hesitant about getting involved in the cannabis industry, because we all know how it goes when we got something that is a gray area, right? And right now, getting involved in the cannabis industry is somewhat of a gray area. And when you're Black, we know how gray areas are, especially when you're a Black male. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think a lot of brothers are a little bit hesitant about getting in the cannabis industry. But like I said, we're going to ask Kev some really good questions. Kev has been at it for a while now, and he's going to tell us about the application process. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the application process is a little costly. But I do know some brothers that own some dispensaries out there in LA. I met a brother in Brazil who had 2 dispensaries out there in Canada. And if I'm not mistaken, he was saying he was making about $15,000 a week for each dispensary out there in Canada. And he was a brother. I met him out there in Copacabana. So it is a way to definitely get involved in it. But that's why, any industry you want to join, you definitely want to get some guidance or some type of mentorship once you get involved in whatever industry, because it's so many traps that they set for you financially when you try to get involved with something new. Like, information is king in any business. Information, access, and capital. Anytime you get involved in any industry whatsoever. So once again, fellas, this is Money Talk Tuesdays, and on Tuesdays we're talking about getting money. Check out the chat. Liam Johnson, what's going on, brother? Yeah, man. Hey, the Facebook group is growing. The channel is growing, fellas. I think we had 500 new subscribers yesterday. Also, I think we're just getting tons of guys coming into the Facebook group, 20, 30 every couple of hours. So it's growing. The platform is growing, and I really appreciate you fellas for listening to me, joining the group, participating in the chats. And like I say, it's enough money for everybody out here, man. And we want to just give guys ideas on what path they might want to take to create some type of residual income in order to travel. Because I'm going to tell you right now, fellas, every day when we go out, we hang out here in Colombia, the most saddest face on these guys, not saddest face, but the most saddest look on these guys' faces is they next to last day and their last day because they don't want to leave Colombia. And everybody's kind of scrambling, trying to figure out, hey, man, how can I make some passive income in order to stay longer or in order to travel over the world? All right. Hubo Entremento. What's going on, my brother Mick Velli? Just got the phone with you, brother. Doing that Spanish on your boy. That's what's up, man. But yeah, Cal should be joining us soon, man. Funny story yesterday. So yesterday, I'm going out there to watch the Monday Night Football game. Okay, Kev is ready. Hold on, let me bring Kev on the show. I'm gonna get you that story real quick too, fellas. By the way, hold on. There you go. Hold on, give me a second, fellas. All right, just sent you a link, Kev. So I'm going out to watch the Monday Night Football game. Now I'm gonna tell you guys now, if you're in Colombia and you want to watch some American sports, unfortunately, hold on, Kev, I got you. I'm bring you on in. Hold on. What's going on, Kev? You there? Uh-huh. Hold on. Let's get this started. Who sent me at first? Hold on. Yo, Kev, you there? Okay, got my mic on. There we go.
You can hear me? Let me turn this off.
Yo, Kev, we can't hear you, bro. You got to put some headphones on.
I got you.
All right. While Kev gets situated. So, fellas, like I say, if you're in Colombia and you want to watch American football, it's not a lot of places you're going to be able to watch American football, okay? But you can watch it in two spots because Hooters doesn't even have American football, unfortunately. They have soccer. If you're a soccer fan, you're going to get a lot of it at the Hooters. The Irish pub right across the street, okay, from Hooters, or a little bit down the street from Hooters, they show American football. J&Way Wings on the main strip, okay, I think that's Cali 9 or Cali 10 or something. They show American football. And the Puerto Rican bar, El Corazon, I want to say El Corazon, but the Puerto Rican bar, you can't miss it. It's a big Puerto Rican flag on the building, well, on the little spot. They show American football as well. All right. So I go in there to the Irish pub, and my boys out there, some guys who came down, met me from the group. And this is white guy, he's hanging out at the table and everything. And my boy introduced me. He said, hey, yo, it's my boy Aaron Ferris. He's a YouTuber. He has a YouTube channel called Black Men Travels and a Facebook group called Black Men Travels. And the white guy's from Canada or something, but he sounds Irish. He's like an Irish Canadian, whatever. He's from one of them really cold places all the way up north. I don't even remember the name of it anyway. But he talks like this, and hey, boy, he's one of them type of white dudes. I'm an oil driller, right? And he's like, hey, man, that's cool, man. You got a travel group. That's cool. Can I join? And I'm like, no. And even the guys at the table were just like, damn, he said that shit cold as hell. I'm like, nah. I said, this group is more like look at it like an exclusive golf club. That's what I kind of told him. He just laughed it off. But, and that's what this is, man. Black men, we need our own platforms, bro. We need to be able to not necessarily segregate ourselves, but what we have to understand is this whole multicultural thing that they push on Black men. We have to understand there's tribalism in each culture, right? And you got so many clubs and associations and networks that's nothing but white guys, right? Nothing but Asian guys, nothing but whatever guys, Indian guys, whatever, right? But they push that multicultural thing on us. We got to let everybody else in. When they have their exclusive clubs, okay? They have territories in America, in Canada, whatever countries where there's no Black people at all, right? So it's okay. I just want to tell you, it's okay to have our own groups, associations, and our own platforms. What's going on, Kev? Yeah, that was a big storm out here, bro.
What's going on, bro?
My brother Dadriel Morgan said no and hell to the no. Exactly. And you know another thing, Kev, you getting it together over there, brother? We can't hear you though. You don't got no audio. You need some
I'm getting it
headphones.
together. Give me once.
And this is another thing. The dude was, for some reason, you know, everybody's drinking, you know, watching the game and whatnot. He's a big hockey fan. And I don't know if it was the alcohol or what it was, but, you know, most white guys are cool, especially out here, right? But this dude decided he wanted to apologize for on the better behalf of the white race. And I'm sitting here like, bro, calm your ass down, all right? Everybody said I was checking the dude. I don't feel like I was checking the dude. I'm from the South, so we kind of, you know, we're cordial, but when you get on our nerve, we'll be very clear to you, like, hey, man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, this white guy felt like he had to apologize for the half of the white race or some shit. So I'm sitting here like, dude, we watching football. We don't feel like hearing that right now. But no, man, I'm really sorry about what happened out there in the slavery, man. And you know, hey, do you know about the Underground Railroad up in Nova Scotia? You know, the black people, they escaped and went up to Nova Scotia. And I'm sitting here like, motherfucker, we watching Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals right now. We're not worried about that. We got 100,000 beautiful women out here. We don't feel like talking about slavery, you know? Then he tried to hang with us all night, and the white dude's like, yeah, man, I snort cocaine, and, you know, you guys are so cool, man. I'm sitting here like, bro, get the hell on, you know? You know, but all in all, it's good to you. Hey, Kev, you got some audio, brother?
Yeah, can you hear me?
You gotta get some headphones. Hold on. Let me see.
I got.
You got any headphones? I can't hear you.
Oh, I got some right here. Let me see.
Hold on.
Yeah, let me know if you can hear me. It's saying my mic.
Kev just talking. Okay, hold on.
I'm good.
Hold on, Kev.
Check. Let me see. Check.
You're not on mute, brother. I don't know what's going on with the audio here.
Hold on. I'm on mute. Check. I'm on mute. You hear me? No. Can't hear me?
I don't know what that is, John.
No audio.
Can you hear me, bro?
Hold on, come on.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, we can't hear you though, brother.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, try to come back on in. Oh, Fred Moore, you can hear him? Wait, maybe it's my headphones. It's my headphones. I'm sorry about that, fellas. Okay, that might be my headphones. Let me switch headphones here. And the hell? Hold on. Okay, hold on, fellas. Kev, come back in, man. That might be my headphones, brother. Apologies. This brother like he build computers for a living because I got my glasses on today, brother. Okay, maybe let me see. You know what, fellas? Let me switch headphones. I'm telling Kev it's his headphones. Let me switch headphones. All right. Nah, man, I put the headphone jack in. Hold on, fellas. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Appreciate y'all being patient for me, brothers. Come on now, let's go. Audio. Okay, here we go. What's going on, brother?
Can you hear me now?
Man, it was my headphones, man. I guess my headphones went out on me. My bad, because everybody could hear you, but I couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay. It's all
Man,
good.
how's it
It's all
going,
good.
brother?
Man, busy, brother. That's all I could say. But
That's
everything
what's
else
up,
is
man.
good, man. Can't complain, man.
That's what's up, brother.
Complain,
That's what's
bro.
up. That's what's up. How's everything in Cali with the COVID restrictions?
I mean, it is good as it can be. I just got
Mhm.
back in. I had to go to Target to get some stuff for the family. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. Everybody pretty much just doing what they can do. Um,
Yeah.
you know, just to make it through. But other places they having a good time, man. So I don't know. I guess it's where you at.
Yeah, right now, man, they just started a quarantine to start Christmas Eve, I believe, out here.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so Christmas Eve, I think it's like a 4 or 5 day quarantine. They're gonna do it again for the New Year's because they don't want everybody crowding around each other out here. So
That's
they
cool.
shutting it down out here as well, brother. This COVID thing is getting very serious. But
Sheesh.
man, but tell us, man, what's going on with this cannabis industry, brother?
Oh man, we just after a couple years of um building up foundations, shopping around deals, kind of
Mm-hmm.
dealing with the wrong type of people. I found myself with some. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Hold on one second, bro. Yeah. Do my day.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So just kind of give you a little bit of backstory since I like to get the whole story and all that.
Got you, got
When I
you.
first came out here, everybody knows I was chilling with the OG Mark Lyles, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I actually got an idea um from from another brother to do. I gotta say his name because I don't know if one of his name mentioned, but from another brother about doing actual grow. Um,
Mm-hmm.
California is once you have your medical license, you can have up to I believe 50 plants. And
That's true. Right,
he
right,
was
right.
telling us that he could teach us how to grow and whole shebang. So that was one of the opportunities we was gonna take advantage of when we came back from Brazil. And I took on that project when I initially came back. I took on that project and I had a good
Mm-hmm.
time doing it. I wasn't as successful that time around
Okay.
as I would like to be, but that's what everybody from what everybody I spoke to said the first time is usually the worst time
Mm-hmm.
because you don't know anything and
That's what I was just explaining that before you came on about
yeah,
mentorship and guidance.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the dude that was supposed to guide me
Mm-hmm.
kind of left me hanging. So I'll never get into that because that's another touchy subject. But
Mm-hmm.
uh, but yeah, man, I powered through it. I finished off, and like I said, it wasn't what I wanted it to be, but I love the experience. It's a great experience, and for guys that don't know, when you growing something from a seed or from a small plant to something that um, a finished product, the process. Most people don't want to deal with the process, but the process of doing it is actually very interesting, man. It's fun. It's crazy to see something grow before your eyes, and I fell in love with the process.
Right, right,
But
right.
fast forward past that a little bit.
Right. Yeah, if you remember,
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
know that industry quite well, right? Remember from back in the day when I talked to you?
Yeah. We had exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So um, I will put you out there like that. That's why I say nothing. So,
Man, I'm in Colombia now. We can talk about
but
it now.
oh, you say I ain't good. Say I'm good now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was fun, and I had a dream of my initial dream was to get a shop. So
Mm-hmm.
that's very hard to do in California, contrary to what everybody may believe or may not believe. Um,
Mm-hmm.
California is a very greedy state. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they tax you on everything, bro. Any and everything they can tax you on or get in your pocket on, they will get in your pocket from 10 cents for bags to fucking any and everything, bro. So my thing was I hooked up with a brother out of Seattle, out of Washington State, who I thought was in a position to have some money to invest. And I was
Mm-hmm.
running around Cali, like SoCal, for about a year, man, just finding deals, working
Mm-hmm.
deals, and every time we get to the point where it was time to execute, dude would come up short. You have an excuse, or he go ghost on me, or whatever. So we finally got to a point where I had built up a team of about like 7 guys, man, ready to put in work.
Mm-hmm.
And man, we had a call one day, and dude was just like, yo, you know, he just like flaked on the whole team. Like he didn't know what we was doing. He just was. I had to really like black out on dude. So at that point, it was just like I'm wasting my time. But the good thing about what dude did was he talked a lot. He's one of them cats that talked a lot, like always talking. So he gave me a lot of game on the
Mm-hmm.
industry, but he just couldn't produce at the end, which for him, I don't know what the deal was on his side. Maybe his guys didn't trust him. Maybe he
Mm-hmm.
did too much talking. I mean, in this cannabis game, a lot of guys will tell you what they could do, what who they know, who they can pull in. I got
Right.
all this money, I got all that money, I did this deal, did that deal. But the
Mm-hmm.
real reality of it is, cannabis industry is really about what can you do now, what can you do for me lately,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a cash business. So the people that have to really trust you and have that bond with you to be like, I'm gonna invest this money into what you're doing because there is no recourse for it, really. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's an investment that you gotta just put out there and hopefully you'll get your return back.
Got
So
you.
I think his guys really didn't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think a lot of people from the corporate environment or the corporate world don't understand that either. That this is not something that you can just put a number on or say put a projection on and live up to that and just work that out. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you have to be in it, understand the process of it, understand the pitfalls, understand
Mm-hmm.
what can happen, what cannot happen, worst case scenario, and kind of working from there. So me going through all those processes, meeting a whole bunch of people, growing myself, buying all this equipment, working, sweating, putting my heart on time into this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I understood from there, like, yo, okay, this is what it takes to get into this industry. So the thing about, man, when I was running around finding deals, man, is I made a whole bunch of connections with a lot of good people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, it comes down to like, yo, do you have the bread to make these moves? And if cats don't think you can do that, then they stop messing with you because, of course, you can't prove. So I learned a lot of different things about a lot of different areas, and I was like, like I can jump into that.
Okay. Okay.
So, uh, yeah, so um, I kind of fast forward a couple years later.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I really was being like kind of like a broker, I guess, brokering deals, putting people together. And I came across two investors recently that had a space and they wanted to do something, and I had my what's called my seller's permit for cannabis,
Okay.
and I went to the cannabis bureau and got what they call as a micro license. It's like $5,000 for a micro license.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yo, I was trying to do a delivery service, and it was like, yo, man, let's do something. Let's do a project. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been doing for the past couple months now, just setting that project up, getting that built out, kind of being a project manager, then turn into actual a grower or assistant grower, and then eventually I want to take over the entire process of growing, and then we're going to eventually expand. Um, now,
Okay.
even with that, yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. If you got
Well,
any
no,
questions,
no.
you jump in.
Yeah. Well, let me read a super chat real quick by my brother Carvin Snell. Appreciate the $5 super chat, brother.
Mhm.
He says, in my opinion, I believe that the Narcan, MRFRS, I'm not sure what are better investments considering the coming opioid overdose explosion when our nation's economy soon collapses. So I'm not sure exactly what he's talking about there, brother. You understand what you're saying?
I
Yeah,
don't know. You said the Narcan mother. I don't know what that
yeah,
means.
we're
Narcan.
not. Carbon Snell, put that
I
back
thought
in there,
Narcan was
brother.
like a.
Yeah, I'm not really
Yeah, I'm
sure.
not
But let
sure
me
what
ask you this,
Narcan
bro.
is. That
Now
sounds like
some
an
would say it's
opioid.
just
You go ahead.
some would say it's just too much red tape to get involved in the cannabis industry. Is there really a lot of red tape and a lot of potholes that's very difficult to get these licenses in order to grow?
Um, no, I actually the easiest. Well, I'm not say easiest, but I would say yeah. So I would say the second easiest license in California. That's just for California. I would say
Hmm.
is the grow because um
I'm talking about as far as the commercial scale or just like the personal.
oh I mean for personals yeah for personals is really easy. You just go get a medical license. I mean
Hmm.
medical cert, which is like $10, 50. You get on the internet. You just go on the internet, and that doctor will come on to Skype you, be like, "All right, just," and you get 100 plants. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no big thing. Um, and
But
you
as
can
far as
grow
the
yourself.
commercial,
But for on the commercial side is fairly simple as well. So
okay.
all you would really need is a gross. So well, it's simple, but let me kind of map out. So what you would need is an actual location.
Hmm.
And then based on your size, there will be different variations of difficulty. So if you want to go super big,
Hmm.
super commercial, like a 100,000, like a 50,000 foot warehouse, then you have to have city and state inspectors come out because you're drawing a lot of power, a lot of water.
Right.
You have a massive environmental footprint. But if you have a small space under 10,000 square feet, it's not that difficult because your impact on the environment isn't that big, your waste footprint isn't that big, um, so you're not putting that much of an impact on the environment. But um, a lot
But
of these,
what about the cost? Is the
the
cost high
tip.
for the application, brother?
So the cost is depending on which way you go. The cost usually is for a cannabis grow. So this is how it works out. Let me map it out for you real quick because it's a little. I had to learn this process too. So there's a state side, which is only about like 5,000 for the state
Hmm.
side, and then there's
Okay.
a local side. So in California, you have it's almost like the same thing with the government. We have the federal government, we have the state government. It's the same thing, just state and then city.
Hmm.
So the city basically, you can get a state like I can go get a state license and say I have a state license to grow. But depending on what city you want to grow in, you will have to get a city local license as well, and that's where it becomes the red tape. Um, because the city they manage the electricity and the water and all that stuff, so they'll be the first people to get the kind of the environmental footprint or whatever your resources they're using to take it from the city.
Hmm.
So they're going to be the ones to be like, okay, well, if you want to have a grow, we want to know how much power. Really, it's the power. You drawing all that power. Um, the thing about some of these cities is now, especially right now, is with at with with like um, but like some of these smaller cities, they don't have the power like the power stations to support a grow. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm
Okay.
using HIDs or Hallowed bulbs, and I got like 100 of them, you're pulling a ton of energy for 12 to 18 hours a day. They don't have the power in it to pull it. Like they can't support it can't support like 10 of those in a city at the same time, because that's
Hmm.
like two cities at once. They can't support it. So that's where it comes down becomes really tricky because what the state did is they gave the local cities the power to say, "Nah, we don't want this in our city." You know what I'm saying? So and that's the issue I was coming across when I was trying to get a shop. I thought I could just I get a state license and open up a shop anywhere in California. But then
Hmm.
I found out that no, you can open it up, but the state will come by. I mean, sorry, the local government will come by and say, Nah, you got cease and desist. You can't have your shop open. You don't have a local license. Now, what that just means is, um, if you got a shop, you're not really having a real big footprint, right? You're just a shop. You just have a shop. You pay your state taxes, and you're good. But what it came down to is these local cities were seeing how much state taxes we're getting, and they're like, yo, we want a piece of that. So like in cities like Palm Spring, Palm Desert, um, and cities like Orange County, Santa Ana, Huntington Beach. Um, for example, like Palm Spring had the biggest taxes of all because you have to pay. I think the state tax right now is 12%, right, of everything you make. You have to pay, and everything I grow, I have to pay depending on the square footage that I have. So I have like um, my total square footage of grow space is only 2,500 square feet, right? I have to pay per square feet. I have to pay 50 cents per square feet back to the state of everything I grow. But if I have a shop, I have to pay 12% just to the state. Now the local government is going to say they're going to put their tax on it, and their tax should be anywhere from 8% to 23%. So if you think about it, you got a shop that you could be paying over 20, you could be paying close to 30% in tax. Plus, you got to pay your light bill, you got to pay for cost of goods, your costs, and you got to pay your employees. So it's really not a lot of profit left over, honestly. And some people be like, nah, it is. You're a millionaire if you had a shop, but it really isn't because if I gotta go like starting out, right, I gotta go pay. It's a $25,000 fee for the state license for a shop. Then if I'm in LA County or if I'm in Palm Springs, I gotta pay 15,000 for their shop, right, for their license, right. And then the caveat to that is, in order for you to get the license, you have to already have the property. So that means I have to already be paying a lease on a place before I even apply for the license because you have to have a diagram of your space, your emergency exits, you have to have a security report, all these things to submit. So you already have to have a location. So that means it's a huge investment. You know what I'm saying? Millions of dollars just to get a shop because you already have to have all this stuff built out. Whereas any other business, you get a lease, or you go get your business license, you go get your space, and then you can open up the doors. With the cannabis, you can't do that. You can have your space, but you can't open up any doors. You can't buy any goods until they give you that license. Now, once you get that
Okay, so
license,
so
then you
real
have to go to
real
distribution.
quick, Kev, real
Oh, my
quick,
stuff.
brother. So
hmm
are you doing a grow and a shop, like, or are you doing both, or you just doing one?
No, eventually I'm doing a grow right now, but eventually we want to
Okay,
get to a shop. But we're doing
gotcha.
a grow right now. Um,
So let me ask you this
and
real
we're
quick.
we're we're working
Let
with
me ask you this real
distribution.
quick, brother.
Mhm.
Is it easier to do the grow instead of, because it seems like you sound like you're saying that it's easier to do the grow than the shop.
It is easy to do the grow in the shop. It is easy
Hmm.
to honestly it is. It is easy to do the grow in the shop. Um, but the thing about the shop is, so you gotta think about it like this, and this is what when I told you guys in cannabis. The grow is where you make your money. That's where you make the bread at, right? But the shop is where you push the culture. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I say that to say this: when you go to anyone, if anybody of you guys come to LA or come to Cali, and you go into these shops, if you go to like a Jungle Brothers, if you go to a Cookie Fam, any of these places, right? They don't really have the same culture. Like they don't have our culture in them. You know what I'm saying? They're being run by corporate investors. They're being run by clear people. We call them clear folks out here. The white people we call them clear. Yeah, but they're being run by those type of folks, and all they see is profits. So everything is laid out to be just get in, get the money, get them out of there. Stuff. But if you go to like we call them gray shops, and these are just medical shops, the culture's a little different. They got music playing, they got wheels, they spinning wheels for free gifts. The buttons are more interactive. You can actually touch the bud, see what you're buying. They have better deals on bud. I'm not gonna say their bud was better per se, but the experience is better. You know, it makes you feel like you really. It makes you feel like you really. You're not buying from the corner, weed man, but you in a place where there's people around you that look like you and actually are comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I've never been in any of a medical shop and felt like I was in any danger or anything. They got security and all that stuff. So, but it just felt like the experience, the culture was there more. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was around my people. Whereas if I walk into like a MedMen, I feel like I'm at this fake Apple store for weed, and I'm paying $80 for an eighth, which is ridiculous. Like it's like, and I could go to the medical spot and get an eighth for $25. And if I really went to the spot, I could get a 5 gram eighth for $35. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I said, man. The grow is where you're gonna make your bread. You're gonna make tons of money at the grow, but again, that takes a special skill set. That takes you patience and building that out. But the shop, like I said, is for culture, man. It's for building out the culture, getting the product to the people. You know what I'm saying? That's really when it comes in contact with the people. So we're gonna eventually get there. We're taking baby steps right now. And once we get to that point, man, it's gonna be, we're gonna blow up. So.
Okay. Excellent. Let's get back to what the brother Carbon Snell said. He says Narcan is used to revive overdose victims. The manufacturers of the Narcan drug will be a good investment due to the coming. Okay, all right, we got you, brother.
Narcan. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, you're right, man. They pumping that Narcan now, but they saying that also, man. I don't know if don't quote me on this, but they saying that the Narcan is also becoming a little ineffective now too, depending on how many times you taking it. You know what I'm saying?
Excellent. Now let me ask you this, man. I heard that there was some issues with grow ops and these shops to get bank accounts because legally it's federally still illegal. Is it difficult to get a bank account out there when you have a grow op?
So yes and no. It depends really on you. A couple of weeks ago, government just passed they just changed the law a little bit, made an amendment that cannabis is going to be taken off as a Schedule 1 narcotic on the federal level. So it's moving to be decriminalized. For us, it's still a cash business. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It's still a cash business. So I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm not really telling the bank. I'm not telling them bank it's cannabis money. I'm just flowing it in there, paying my bills, paying my taxes, and letting it go out the back door. But there are banks out here that do take cannabis business. There's credit unions out here. There's certain banks out here that do work with cannabis businesses, but they're only exclusive to the state. So, and you have to do a certain amount of paperwork, and I'm sure there's certain types of fees to pay. But there are companies out here there are banks out here that do work with cannabis businesses.
Okay, excellent. And by you having your own grow op, does it work like you have your own brand of marijuana, basically? Or you just growing a different grade?
So no, I'm just growing different. So what I'm doing right now, starting out, is I'm growing whatever's in demand right now, whatever strains in demand. While we're in the process of doing that, we're gonna go to a cultivator, and start creating our own strains. So, what they'll do is we'll take what we like, whatever strains we like, we'll mix them around. We'll find out what we can as far as like what we like, what we want to go to. Like I'm looking at doing possibly purple haze and sour diesel, and turning that into something called Linux Ave. Just putting that name on it, or taking maybe a Tangy or something.
You know what, man? When I
stereo.
I don't mean to interrupt you, bro, but I for some reason I could not get down how to grow purple haze, man. I tried to grow purple haze back in the day, and it was just one of them grades that just didn't come out. I mean, it came out decent, man, but it was like
Yeah.
it wasn't that much. For the square footage, because it's all about square footage. It's all about the space and how much you can grow within that space, right? Because the footage is everything you grow. So for some reason, man, everybody, what I notice about really good growers is they all have their little grades of what they grow specialty. Mine was lemon headband. It was headband. It was a High Times Award winner. And but for me, when I was in my little days, I would never tell people, because they'd be like, what type of green is that? I was always change the name so people couldn't copy me. Because in Georgia, man, it's a lot of people that grow, right? So we used to go. They end up shutting these shops down, but it used to be like these little, not grow shops, but cultivation shops, basically around Atlanta, right? Everybody in there was basically a grower, but it was supposed to be just for plants or in gardens and stuff like that. Even though they had all the equipment, At one point, I thought they was going to be able to legalize it, and I think you can grow and cultivate it as oil in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. But man, it's just so difficult for Black people to get involved in the marijuana industry. They're saying we're being kind of locked out because of racism. Also, like I said before you came on the show, I know a lot of Black people, a lot of African Americans don't want to be in any type of gray area in concerning the government, because we have a big distrust for the government, right? And when you grow, it's somewhat of like a gray area because, like I said, it's still federally illegal. Do you think that's why a lot of brothers are not getting involved like that in the milk industry, or do you think it's more so it's too difficult, it's too many red flags, or it's too much money you have to burn until you start turning over a profit?
Yeah, so it's twofold.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is, you're right. The first one is the financial upstart, right?
Okay.
In order to get a grow going, a successful grow, like even the grow that I'm a part of, my investors and myself would kick out like 100,000 just to get it up and running. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, um, in the Black community, we just don't have those finances or resources. And it's not like you can go to a bank and say, "Hey, I need a loan for a cannabis grow," right? So a lot of the good growers, they go to the black market and they make their money, right? And they continue to
Exactly.
do their own thing, and they continue to make their money. Now, also, you have the second part of that is the tax situation is so crazy because you're telling a guy that is coming from the black market who all he has to pay for is his expenses to grow, and you're telling him on top of his expenses, you got to pay this tax, and then you got to follow these rules and regulations, and then you got to report how much you're doing this, how much of that. It's not a lot of incentive to come out of that. You know what I'm saying? And then lastly, honestly, bro, I mean, the black market's always going to be booming because, like I said before, because of taxes, because of the greed of these states, man. You're going into these big shops, these huge names that everybody knows, and you're spending this money thinking that, hey, these big brands, they're selling you on a product, and you're like, yo, I gotta get the best runs, I gotta get these, whatever, this new whatever, Jungle Brothers, that every month seems like they got a new fire picture or something that just came out, right? And a lot of people want that. They want that clout. They want to tell people that, um, um, yeah, you use business credit as well, brother. We use some of that as well. But they're running after these names and these big companies, and I've seen it on the blogs. I've seen it on the IG in the comments. But guys are like, yo, man, who's paying $18 for a gram or $22 for a gram, bro? That's ridiculous. And it's like some dudes like, I pay $2,500 a month, and I could afford. If you can't afford to pay it, you can't smoke it. And it's like that makes no sense to me, bro. Like this is cannabis is a culture to me. You know what I'm saying? This is how I look at it. So, just the third aspect of it is, man, the black market is always going to be there. You know what I'm saying? There's no incentive to come out of the black market, especially for a black growth. You know what I mean? Once
Right, right.
the money is good, the money is there.
That's funny, man,
you
because
go on, like I said, bro.
I saw a Vice video that said that the black market is still pretty much booming, even though marijuana is pretty much legal. You can buy it legally, but
It's
the black
booming.
market is still there. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. It's because the prices are ridiculous, man. I'm telling you, if you go to LA, and it's like if you go to any of these big spots in LA, Mad Men, Jungle Brothers, Cookie Fam, any of these spots, man, you're spending ridiculous amounts of money when you can go to the same medical shop in the area, and that same amount of money you can get, 2 to 3 times more than what you're spending. And really, what you're only buying is the name. You're buying the Jungle Brothers, you're buying the Cookie Fam name. I'm not saying
Mhm.
their product isn't fire, because it is, but like if I can go to a med shop and buy the same thing, or buy something close to it, or if I know a guy that grows and all shit and it's fire, like why I'm gonna go spend $500 for an ounce? And I could go get one for 150. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting it out there. So that's why the black market is always gonna be there. It's
Mhm.
always gonna be lucrative for some guys because they have that dedicated market, and they have guys, and their product is a good product. You know what I'm saying? So.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Shout out to Nostalgia Sounds for the $2 super chat. He says, use business credit to fund your growth. You say you did that a little earlier in the chat. Here goes Global Paper says,
Yeah, we did that, man.
Brazil or die. Charles Jones said, this is one I definitely need to pay attention to. Yeah, man. Um, I saw like a,
I'm telling guys, watch.
go ahead, bro. What was I saying? Last video.
No, no, I'll tell guys, man, watch these new states being legalized, man. Watch these new states, bro, because that's an opportunity.
Mhm.
Jersey, PA is legal. New York, I'm pretty much just gonna follow suit with
Mhm.
decriminalization and then licensing. Um, so I already got stuff in the works to come out to those places,
Mhm.
and to do business in those places with other growers because they want that Cali love. They want to have that Cali experience. A lot of places don't have access to the same strains or seeds that we have over here. Um, and you can really replicate what we do. I mean, it's a different vibe, but we can still Bay Area. You can still definitely replicate what you do, man.
Mhm.
So
And do you trade any like of the marijuana stocks or anything like that?
no, honestly, I have not. I haven't touched any of the marijuana stocks. Um, just haven't been my lane. Honestly, guys, I ain't gonna lie to you. Um, I'm interested in looking into some, but they just haven't interested me enough to jump into it. And I think that's just the grower side of me, like you said, not wanting to be kind of coming out of the light and dealing with it, because if it's a stock that is regulated somehow. So I haven't really touched into it yet, man. Honestly.
Okay, okay. And do you is it easy to grow outside there, or you have to have like it has to be somewhere inside out there?
No, man, you can grow. Um, it's really up to you, bro. It's really up to your style. How you like to grow, what you like to do. Really, honestly, the weather is good enough for you to do it out here.
Hmm.
Um, I would say though, cannabis naturally follows a natural yearly cycle. So if you are going to do it, you have to remember that, the first, the veg period, usually, light is 18 hours, six hours of darkness. So you're going to want to start that in the summertime when the days are longer. And then you really float back into that kind of blooming time during the fall when we get back to those 12 days. And but towards the end. But if you want to follow that, you know what I mean? You want to follow that cycle, yeah,
Right.
definitely, man. I would say you definitely do it, man. But I mean, this the indoor, you just have more control. You can, you have room for your lights, your humidity, your temperature. It's just you being a mastermind and having as much control as possible. But it's cannabis. It's gonna grow, man. It's gonna grow. It's just up to you to put it in a position to grow its best.
Right. It's funny. I was laughing because when you was saying all that terminology, you had me having flashbacks here, man, reminiscing. Because it's just, man, it's a beautiful thing to take something from a seed to a massive plant, right? And then it's all you. And I tell people all the time, man, I might sound crazy here, but I used to kind of allegedly, I used to rub my plants, right? And because the guy told me in the grow shop, he was like, cultivation shop, that, melanin bonds with the plant leaves, right? So if they look a little sick, you can kind of rub them and maybe they'll get better. You can sit them outside, they can get some sun and stuff like that. So I know exactly what you're talking about, man. I do somewhat miss growing, what I understand out here, especially like in the Dominican Republic and in South America, is how with all this beautiful weather is the weed is trash. The weed is trash out here, bro. I never understood that, bro. I'm like, how's our weed so horrible?
Even Brazil, man.
Even Brazil is even worse. Brazil, they give you sticks, seeds, everything. I'm just so disappointed.
I seen one chick. I'm like, what the hell is? I said, what the hell is this? I said, nah, I that time I wasn't smoking, but I seen it. I was like,
right.
That's trash, bro.
And the funny thing about it is, they'll say it's fire. They'll be like, oh man, the weed is dro, man, especially in the DR. Oh, the weed is great, man. You're gonna love it, man. It's dro, it's hydro, or whatever they say. It's kush, right? And you get it, you be like, man, what is this? Like, are you serious, bro? Like, yeah, this is what y'all doing out here?
What, charge you an arm and a leg?
Because they didn't want to give you the gringo price.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah. But I will say
though,
this though, bro.
It's like, they don't.
No. I was just gonna say real quick. I will say that, dude, the weed is too strong in America right now. Though that's one thing I will say, man. Some of them dispensary weeds, because I'm not a smoker. I tell people all the time, I'm not a smoker, bro. I'm a blue moon smoker. If that, I enjoy being involved with that more than actually, partaking in it, right? But man, in comparison, because we were around the same age, how it was when we was growing up, right? A little brown, a little Reggie, you'd be high for like maybe an hour or two. They got some green out here, man, that have you high for like for too damn long, bro. I'd be like, man, I can't be high that damn long. I'd be wanting to be high for like maybe a few hours if I do smoke. But they got some strong grades out there. And the thing about it, what I was very weary of is when the corporations started to get involved in the grows and started to mix stuff. And I'm like, as soon as they get involved, it's going to be some GMOs. They got fake green out here. Like, as soon as the corporations get involved, man, it's going to destroy the entire industry, in my opinion. I mean, it's going to be an industry there. But, when you walk in these stores now, you don't know what they've done to that marijuana, bro. They could have put chemicals in it. They could have sprayed it with chemicals. They could have put anything up in the marijuana, right? Because we know as a grower, that you can do a lot of manipulation from the seed all the way up until the flower stage, right? You can put certain chemicals in there to make it grow stronger, certain root stimulators and stuff like that. Yeah. Allegedly, I don't know. I'm just guessing here, but yeah, and it could have like an effect, really, because I had like a secret formula myself to make my weed strong, but it was all organic. And the funny thing is, I'd be like, man, if brothers could get involved in this industry, I'm telling you, man, it's the most beautiful thing in the world having a whole bunch of plants. It's very peaceful and tranquil, right? You taking plants from the seed, you almost don't want to sell them. You almost want to be like, damn. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you'll be
right, man. So
like it's to piggyback off of that, man.
Mm-hmm.
To piggyback off of that, what you just said, bro, is it is, man. Like I think the strongest I ever got was from Medman. I got Viola, which is Al Harrington's brand. He's a black brother played in the NBA,
Yeah. I have to.
and
He used to play for the
he
Pacers.
has some lemon haze, man. Yeah. No. Yeah, Al Harrington he played for the Pacers and Golden State,
Yeah. I
and
remember him.
bro, it was something crazy. I was like, me and my man was smoking from around here, and he was like, "Yo, bro, I ain't never been this gone." He's like, "Yo, I gotta," I gotta take this. How much you want for the rest of that? I was like, bro, you can't have this. Man. This is crazy. So, but yeah, man, it's up there, man. But what I fear more than that is edibles, man. And they had to
Oh
calm them
man,
down in Cali, bro. I mean,
bro.
they put a cap on them out here, but when I first got here, I told the story to a few people.
Hmm.
Um, I had never smoked before. I never really, indulged in cannabis before. So when I first came out here, I went and got a card, and I went to a dispensary, and I got a brown. I was like, I'm just gonna get a brown and get edible. And I'm a big dude, so I'm gonna be alright. Da 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 da. And no. That's my first experience, and I had a little piece, and I was cool. And, I went on that wave, and I rode that wave. And then when I came back, I made a mistake one day. I don't know if I made a mistake. I was just bugging. I got a brownie. It was like 500 milligrams. So for guys that don't understand that, what 500 milligrams of THC is, that
Hmm.
is don't eat the whole thing, man. Please don't eat the like. You need to take a corner, bro. Just a little corner. That's
Yo.
it, bro. I made that mistake, man. One night I was going to the hookah spot, and I had cut it into four pieces. And my dumb ass, it took a whole half with me. I was like, I'm gonna eat the whole half real quick, and I just wasn't. I was just rushing. I wasn't really thinking about it, man. And bro, I was down for like 2 days, man. Them
Hmm.
2 days, I was asleep. I was walking like I felt like I was so high, bro. I was just like I was floating through 2 days. It's just like, and I'm like I'm
Yeah.
a big dude. This ain't put me down. So I definitely agree with you, man. It's strong out here, um, but at the same time, I think that's a good thing. Well, for the cannabis that's done right. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff we do, I
Hmm.
don't add any crazy. Like I don't add any crazy things to my stuff. I try to stay as organic as possible with the compost teas. Um, with I use some silicas and a mycorrhiza, and I try to keep it as seaweed extract,
Yep.
molasses. You know what I'm saying? I try to
What
keep
you
it
know
as
about that
organic
molasses?
as. Oh yeah, bro, you gotta have the molasses, bro.
Gotta have that. Gotta have
So I
that.
try to, keep it as natural as possible as well. I'm not adding a lot of boosters and fertilizers. You don't need all of that crap. You know what I'm saying? You just want the plant to be as natural as possible. And what I use, or what I suggest guys to use is just veg longer, and just scrog out your plants, man. Just meaning that you just spread your plants out when you're growing. For guys that don't know, cannabis usually grows like in a straight line up. So what you want to do is we call it topping. So you can top it to split them, and you just spread those out, man. And let that light get deep and penetrate deep into them, man. And that'll give you nice thick colas, and you just take it from there. But there's certain ways of doing things to avoid just putting all that crap in there, man. Because
Hmm.
you want to taste what's your finished product. You want to be able to taste it and feel it,
Hmm.
and really experience what you've grown. Now, on the other side, what that is, as far as the melanin, I agree with you on that too, bro. Like, I think touching your plants, they tell you don't touch your plants, the oil and all that, but I think that I call it that love. You're giving
Hmm.
it that love, bro. You're giving it that love, and
Yeah.
also play that music, man. Play music. You know what I mean? Those vibrations. Maybe they get the molecules moving. I don't know what it is, but every time I was watering, or every time I water, or even around and pruning, clipping, whatever, I'm playing music. I'm putting those beats into the air and putting that rhythm into the air. Michael Jackson, hip hop, whatever, Mozart, whatever your passion is. Play that music, man. You know what I'm saying? Get those plants used to that, those vibrations. You know what I'm saying? Get them used to that movement, the earth and all that stuff. You know, it ain't gonna hurt, bro. It ain't gonna hurt, man. You know?
Yeah, man. Well, brother, I ain't gonna hold you too much longer, man. I know you got stuff to do. I appreciate you coming on the show, man. I really want to learn more and more about the cannabis industry. I know it's always going to be changes going on out there, especially in, state by state.
Like I told you, bro, my door is always open, bro. So you always got an open door. Come to Cali. You know, I know you done did your thing in the past, so my door's always open. Bro. Come check out the app. I'll let you see what it is. As we expand, I'm gonna be looking for help. So, the door's always open, bro. For opportunities. And if you want to step back into it, like I said, we want to get into some video production, maybe some classes, showing brothers how to do stuff. We're gonna get that going, man. I want to share as much knowledge as possible. So, we definitely want to do that.
All day, man. All day. Well, brother, appreciate you coming on the Money Talk Tuesdays. And until next time, brother, we out.
Peace.